英語研究プロジェクト。よくある間違いを分析します。英会話レッスンで外食することがよくある話ですね。話しやすくて、楽しくて、そして盛り上がります。食べ物の写真を見たり、場所を説明したり、それから値段と雰囲気のコメントも大事ですね。しかし特に英会話の初心者がですね、よく間違って言うのは Shop のことですね。例えばミシュラン3つ星レストランのことを 3 Michelin Star Shop とそのシェフの前で言っちゃったらもう絶対に怒られると思います。 We are not a shop! My dishes are respected around the world. もちろん日本語のお店のことですね。新しいお店ができてるので今度一緒に食べに行きませんか？日本語のお店という言葉が結構幅広く使えますよね。英語はどうなんでしょうかね？ Let's fully investigate this issue by looking at the problem, the reason, the solution, and some example sentences. Let's clear this one up once and for all. First, let's look at the problem. That shop is delicious. That shop is delicious. There are actually two problems in this surprisingly innocent-looking sentence. The first one is obvious. It sounds funny to say that anything other than food is delicious. This sandwich is delicious. These grapes are delicious. My grandma's cooking is delicious. Those all refer to the food. Of course, in Japanese, you can say この辺、美味しいお店ないのかな? But in English, you have to relate the word delicious directly to the food. If you say, that restaurant is delicious, it sounds like the actual building tastes good. We went to a great Italian place. How was it? The doors were so delicious. How were the chairs? The best chairs I have ever eaten. Magnificent. And the carpet. How was the carpet? The carpet tasted so good. I'll have to get myself along there. What I'm trying to say is that in English, the restaurant is not delicious. The food is delicious. If you're talking about the restaurant as a whole, then you would say the restaurant is good. Now, the second elephant in the room is the use of the word shop. Yep, you guessed it. In English, we don't usually refer to somewhere that you go out to eat as a shop. There are a few reasons for this. Let's find out why. Okay, so a shop is a shop. The most basic meaning of a shop or a store, as you would say in American English, is a casual place where you pop in and pop out. Places like these: a convenience store, a donut shop, a clothing store, a coffee shop, an appliance store. Except for perhaps a coffee shop, which is kind of the exception, those are not really the kind of places that you go to relax for a couple of hours with your friends. Let's take a look in the Oxford English Dictionary for the word shop. So it says, for number one, a building, a room, etc. for the retail sale of goods or services. Nope, no mention of restaurants there. I wonder what it says in the English to Japanese dictionary. Nope, I'm not seeing anything about a restaurant in there either. It's talking about pastry shops, butcher shops, and gift shops. Even better than that, let's do a Google image search for the word shop. So I'm just seeing regular shops here, no restaurants at all. Okay, how about if we do a search for store? Well, it's pretty much the same kind of thing. No restaurants to be seen. So we get some pretty convincing evidence that we don't normally use the word shop when talking about somewhere nice to eat. So What should we say? I'm going to break it down in the next section. So the easiest way is obvious. You should just go ahead and say restaurant. But what is a restaurant? I mean, really, a restaurant is a place where you go in, you order food, you sit down and eat it. So is somewhere like McDonald's a restaurant? Yes, of course it is. Don't believe me? As you can see, people refer to McDonald's as a restaurant. So instead of saying, that shop is delicious, you could say, that restaurant has great pizza. They serve amazing sashimi in that restaurant. Now, in my next point, I really want you to pay close attention. I'm sure you already know about the word restaurant. But another really common way that very few Japanese people use to talk about a restaurant is a place. A something place. An Italian place. An Indian place. An all-you-can-eat place. An okonomiyaki place. If you learn anything from this video, it's got to be this expression. It's chilled out and very natural. I really want you to try using it the next time you talk about a restaurant with your friends. It's going to take your English one more baby step towards fluency. There's a new Thai place in front of the station and I've got a hankering for some pad Thai. If you've got a hankering for something, it means you really want to eat it. I've got a hankering for a Black Thunder chocolate bar. It feels like absolute yonks since we all ate out together in a real restaurant. Yonks is a slang British English expression which means a really long time. We can also say in yonkers or in yonkers years. It's similar to the word ages. So what do you do for a living? I run a little Italian place. It's tough, but we're scraping by. So the scrape by means you're just making enough money to put food on the table, to pay the bills, and to live your life. Life is tough if you're just scraping by. You want to go grab a bite? There's a new rice ball place across the street. Grab a bite is a really useful casual expression. It means to have a quick lunch like a sandwich or perhaps even some noodles, something easy and fast. What's one of the best restaurants you've ever been to? For me, in terms of atmosphere, cocktails, food, and just the whole story of the place, it's Baba Gump Shrimp Company. It's based on the movie Forrest Gump. And I think there are 3 different locations in Japan, 2 in Tokyo and 1 in Osaka. I like the one in Osaka at Universal Studios Japan. So what's your favorite place? Let me know down in the comments.